Bye, Wasabi. I've got to go. Focus on you real quick. Huh. One day I'm gonna get it on camera. It'll be sick.
Hello and welcome, neighbors and friends. It's Sunday where I'm at. Daylight savings time just hit. We lost an hour. But as far as what's happening today, I'm going to go to a local bookstore, somewhere very low-key, where they sell a lot of indie stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to pick up a book, read the first chapter, let you know what I think so far. And yeah, throughout the week I'm just going to be reading that particular book. I think it's important for us writers to support a lot of the indie stuff, from other authors. And if I can find authors that come from my home state and read their stuff, I just think it'd be really cool if we all just connected in that way, But yeah, I'm gonna be off, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
As far as what I picked up from the Full Circle bookstore was Voices by Christiane Brandt Faris. This book right here, that's in my hands right now. It is a collection of stories from German immigrants that happened to move here to Oklahoma, which I never knew there was such a vibrant history regarding that. And luckily for the book, it comes from anecdotes from those people, as well as different editorials that were published at the time. Very much a compilation of different stories of these people who came after World War II. It's very relevant to the kind of situations that's happening in the U.S. today, especially regarding the refugee crisis and immigration. It runs pretty parallel and very topical for our times. As far as the book, it's beautifully bounded. As you can see, the cover is nice and thick, comes with a bunch of pictures and some maps to kind of give you context of what the world was like for these people before they came here to America from Germany. I would like to see certainly different perspectives in the future. Maybe have a Latino artist, or not artist, writer, I should say. We're all artists, but I'd like to see a Latino writer kind of describe Latino immigrants in Oklahoma in the early days around the time these people came. And, just different kind of roots from there. And not just from Latinos, but from different groups, different backgrounds. Because in truth, despite what a lot of people think of the Oklahoman state, as far as what people think of Oklahoma, there's actually a very vibrant and rich history of different cultures coming here, and living and trying to make a life here. I especially heard a story of how there was kind of an underground Chinatown in Oklahoma City, specifically close to downtown, close to the Cox Convention Center, from what I last heard. But definitely, this book gives a really good perspective of different peoples, which I didn't even know made it over here from Germany. But that is Voices from a World at War by Christiane Brandt Faris. It's a very good book. One story that stuck out to me in particular was kind of a not so heard of story of what it was like on the other side. It was a story of I believe he became a doctor here when he came to the US, because at the time, the medical service was the only thing available for students to learn because of the casualties and the kind of injuries that would come with the price of war. His town was taken over, and he ended up becoming a pilot for the German Air Force. And he kind of gave a perspective of what it was like for the soldiers there. Very rough conditions, very bad conditions. The food was awful. There's threats of dying all the time. And he wasn't necessarily loyal to the Third Reich, but he was very much in a circumstance, serving out and trying to make a living for himself. And then he describes that, and he describes a little bit of what it was like, being in America, how there's so much freedom here. And it is something we have to take in perspective, is that we do have a lot of freedom here as compared to what it was in Nazi Germany. And especially today with a lot of different cultures that seem more repressive, still kind of the same thing. As far as anything else I want to say, not necessarily, But I will be continuing this project a bit more slower though. There are other projects I'd like to get through. But once again, have a good night, stay safe, and just right.